Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Marvel Monday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Marvel Legends Series Sentinel 2-pack. Let's get into it! Let's start things off with a look at the packaging. And here on the top, we've got X-Men, Marvel Sentinels, and then a bunch of little X-Men's in the background. And then Marvel Legends Series. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that don't belong there. And then some nice artwork featuring the Sentinels. And then it says X-Men, Marvel Sentinels, 4-and-up Hasbro print. And the artwork does wrap around to both sides. So there's that. And that, and X, and X. On the bottom, we've got small print, fine print, legalese print, made in China print, symbols I'm not going to learn, and a barcode. And then finally on the back, Marvel Legends Series, Marvel Sentinels, and then I'm guessing digital renders of the figures. I could be wrong. And then, you know, it's got that arcade game background because that's where these figures come from, is from the arcade game. And then it says it's 7.2 inches tall, includes 2 figures and 9 pieces. Attention, especially don't stick things in your French pie hole. Warning, attention, Octoon, don't stick things in any other language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to babies. Marvel print, Hasbro print, small fine legalese, made in China print. And that, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figures and the accessories. And we'll start off with the accessories, and we don't need any handy dandy tweezers for this one. It's a big old chunk of ground and asphalt. And just like in the game, they would, you know, rip this out and throw it at you. So, pretty cool. Nice sculpted details in it. Maybe some paint on the striations or even a wash would have helped this a little bit, but I understand with this being like supposed to be like in the video game, maybe they felt like they didn't want to do that, or maybe they were just being cheap. Who knows with Hasbro. So there are 2 figures. As far as I can tell, they're exactly alike. The accessories are definitely exactly alike, so I will only go over one set of the accessories, and they're pretty simple. You have an extra set of hands for each, which are repulsor blast hands on a hinge, Iron Man, and you know, they're also for holding the rock piece. And nice molded details on it. And there's a left one and a right one, and that's for both figures. So, and the way the blast effects, well, let's talk about that. So there's 4 of these, 2 for each, if that's how you want to do it. You know, nothing we haven't seen before. Maybe the colors are a little bit different. This I don't think we've seen before. So there is that. But nice molded details and translucent colored plastic. So, you know, and the way those work, if you don't already know, you know, you just plug it in that port on the hand. And then there's 2 of those for each figure. And another thing you can do with these is you can plug them into the feet as well, so they're rocketing off, although that seems a little small for flying this much machinery. So let's get the other figure and his accessories. We'll get those out of the way, and we'll take a look at this guy. Boop. Beep. Beep. So here we have his face, and you know, it does kind of give off that kind of 16-bit arcade type feel. I'll say 16-bit. It might have been more bits than that. I don't remember. I didn't get to play this game a lot growing up. It was mostly, you know, I lived in a rural area. We didn't have an arcade. Maybe a machine here and there at a gas station. And, you know, so when I would go visit cousins or friends that lived in larger cities that had an arcade, you know, that's where I would get a chance to play this game. And it wasn't very often. But I will say, I do like the printing going on here on the face, the shading, and it does give it that look. And not necessarily so much that you can't put this in with your other Marvel Legends. And then those eyes just kind of, they seem, even though they don't glow, they seem to glow. And very Sentinel-like head here and design, and then he's got, you know, a couple of paint apps here, and then I think this is probably the paint app, and this is molded in this. This might even be an overlay. And we got some nice molded details here, and you know, the arms I don't think is anything we haven't seen before. The torso seems to be new, the chest seems to be new, at least I think this is an overlay on the chest, so the overlay at least is new. And these legs, at least from here down, seem to be, what is it, Model 9 Iron Man from the Iron Man Retro Carded Wave. But they are a little bit taller than your standard Marvel Legends, and I think where they added the height in, I think they added it in two places. And I could be wrong, I'm just guessing here. I think this piece is a little bit longer, and then I think the torso is a bit longer than standard Marvel Legends. And, you know, I could be wrong. I'm just guessing at this point. On the back, not really a whole lot going on. You can see here at the knees where a different type of plastic's used because it doesn't match up. And I don't know if that's canon to the game or just Hasbro being Hasbro, because the same thing is going on at the elbow joint. So, but I will say, you know, it is pinless on both, if that is a thing that matters to you. Let's talk about the articulation real quick. So he looks up that high, he looks down that far, so really not a whole lot. And then he does have a little bit of chicken neck. He has some waggle. He can do the full exorcist. And as far as I can tell, this is on a dumbbell. I can't really see up in there, but the way that it's sculpted, I don't see a hinge anywhere. And because of the range of movement that the head has, I'm pretty sure that it's a dumbbell in there. Now the shoulder can rotate 360 degrees. And he can raise his arm up at the shoulder that far, past 90 degrees, so that's pretty good. Cut here at the upper bicep, full 360 degrees of rotation there, and then again double hinge pinless, I don't know why I said pin, pinless elbow. It gives you that much bend, 360 degrees of rotation at the wrist on an in and out hinge, and the alternate hands are on in and out hinge as well, but it looks up and down because of the way that the hands are, you know, facing. So there's a cut here where the chest and the abdomen meet, and it's on a dumbbell or half dumbbell, ball joint, whatever you want to call it. So he gets plenty of hula there. He does get rotation there, 360 degrees worth of it. at the waist, it's a straight cut. So this cut up here lets him lean back this far, lets him lean forward this far, and then left and right, of course. Straight cut at the waist, 360 degrees of rotation there. At the hips, gives you that much of the splits. He kicks forward, not quite 90 degrees. Back, barely any at all, maybe a quarter of a step. Cut at the upper thigh, it gives a 360 degrees rotation there, and then double hinged pinless knee, and it gives you that much bend, so that's pretty good. And then cut here where the boot and the leg meet for another 360 degree rotation. At the ankles, it tilts down that far, it tilts up barely, and then it does have rocker in there, although it's just not a lot of it. So there you have it, my friends. There's a look at the figures and their accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have the Marvel Legends Series Sentinel from the X-Men arcade game Sentinel 2-pack with the Marvel Legends Series X-Men 97 Gambit, the Marvel Legends Series Secret Wars 40th Anniversary Wolverine, and the Marvel Legends Series X-Men Deluxe Release of Jean Grey and the Phoenix Force. Although the Phoenix Force isn't here right now. Here we have the Marvel Legends Series Sentinel 2-pack from the X-Men arcade game with the Toy Biz Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Sentinel and the Hasbro Marvel Universe Sentinel. For our last set of comparisons, here we have the Marvel Legends Series Sentinel from the X-Men arcade game Sentinel 2-pack, with from the Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. From G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black Series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch scale comparison, from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Sentinels 2-pack, as featured in the 80s X-Men arcade game that had the 4 controllers on it. You know, I have to say, these are pretty good representations of that, and it's a really fun pack. Even though I would have liked, you know, one more set of blast effects for this to, like, much bigger ones that to go in the feet, I think would have worked a lot better. But, you know, it's a fun pack. And it kind of takes you right back to maybe the couple of times that you might have played that video game in an arcade somewhere, because I didn't get to play it a lot. I remember these guys from that game, and you know, I didn't get to play it very much. And you know, the street piece that they pick up in the game, you know, being included in this pack, I thought was really kind of cool and interesting, and the colors on these guys are interesting. I don't like the fact that like the elbows and the knees don't quite match up to the colors of the rest of it. I don't remember if that's accurate to the source material or if it's just something that happened in production. But you can look at them and tell they are not the same color, at least not the same shade. I'll put it to you like this, like that. But other than that, you know, I like the printing on the face. It's to the point where it does give you that like 16-bit look from the arcade game, but it's also not so much, it doesn't skew that way so much that you can't use this with, you know, the rest of your Marvel Legends. It's not like it's just stuck to being, these are the video game Sentinels and that's the only way you can use them. No, it's not like that. So I do like this pack. It was a fun pack. I'm glad that I picked it up. And, you know, it's always nice to add some more Sentinels to the army, especially in different sizes, because, you know, they come in different sizes. Mostly when you think of Sentinels, you think of the big, you know, towering guys. And, you know, their first appearance, they were actually more this size. But that was many moons ago, my friends. The Sentinels actually first appeared during the tenure of the original X-Men team. So they've been the enemies of the X-Men for many a decade. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I am now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content or just help the channel grow, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.